There's no secret that there was a lot of mismanagement that went into the company.
So instead of going through all the hard work of training, going through all the miles like everybody else does, he throws money at it, he joins up, he gets to be a big shot.
If we're shooting here, I want to say that there's probably no room in this company for marks. And I think that's what happened, is that there were a lot of marks who wanted to be a part of something, but they really didn't want to put in the effort.
He got rid of dead weight. It was simple as that. Fact of the matter is, though, he did it, boom, 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 right after each other. It was all right for me. I didn't care. I didn't want them there anyways.
Party. I want this to be a party where everyone's invited, where everybody from Hamilton, Kitchener, Toronto, Niagara Falls, I want them all to be here for this party, because this is the best wrestling around, and that's why I joined Fringe, because I have a vision for this company I don't think anybody else had. Mark Shaw was out for a bit with a concussion, and
the simple fact of the matter is Cameron Banks had his own ideas that were completely different than everything that I had built up when I started Fringe.
He took a little bit of a vacation and really left me holding the bag. I had to do a lot more of the day-to-day operations than I was comfortable with.
He didn't like it, so he sends Xavier Rome after me. Didn't work. He tried, I got a concussion, I came back, I kicked fucking Xavier Rome's ass from here to there, all over the Church of Pain, and I'm still here. Guess what, Cameron? I'm still here.
I just wanted to surround myself with winners. However, they weren't exactly winners, they were more out for the money.
Now, granted, he did put together the best group of mercenaries you could come across, but that was the problem. When he was leading the unit, they were mercenaries. It was money.
Social media. Social media is a bit of a conundrum for me. I am a very opinionated man, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
Then he started opening his mouth, and then he showed the world exactly the kind of man he is.
When I bump heads with somebody who's equally opinionated, it's always going to cause friction.
Fact of the matter is, he deserved to be slandered. I'm only upset that it was purely on social media. People weren't coming up to him in the streets and throwing tomatoes at him like it should have been.
I will admit that I was probably responsible in his abduction originally. It was something that, he has a special brand of excellence, and I would want to be a part of that.
I'm not the bad guy here. Cameron Banks is the guy who had Ashley Six and Justin Sane put Will White under a hood, put a collar around his neck. All I have done is given Bill the opportunity to be the destructive force that he is. That is my gift to professional wrestling.
He's a son of a gun, that guy. He does not want to go quietly, so if you can't beat him, join him. So I wasn't able to really get him out of the picture, so I paid him off.
Cameron Banks offered me a very, very handsome paycheck to join his little group of mercenaries, but it came down to just this. He doesn't belong, I do.
Ethan Page is a cocky guy by his own admission. That's why he's called All Ego, and that's why he continues to just say and do whatever he wants. However, I don't think it's any surprise that he is also not just the figurehead, but the owner of a rival organization here in Hamilton.
They started a war because they couldn't figure out who had the bigger dick, and that is simply what it was.
I can't really, in good conscience, just sit here and be happy with second place.
Now, the fact of the matter is, it really upsets me is that Ethan Page, when he had the opportunity to, didn't put Cameron Banks out of his misery. After the unit showed, once again, how dominant they are, Ethan Page watched Cameron Banks' concussed ass struggle to get to his feet, and he could have done everyone the favor of just putting Banks down.
So I wanted to keep him nearby, learn the tricks of the trade, because I was new to this business. And Ethan Page taught me the ropes, and I learned under him, and now I'm going to go over him.
But no, there was some sort of compassion. He felt the desire to let Cameron Banks live on.
I left the unit because deep down inside, there's a bunch of children hiding behind muscles.
He was weak. He's a man who thought that he could throw his money at everything and that would solve every situation that came up.
When it came time, I was in the ring with Ethan Page as my partner, and I got speared out of my wrestling boots by one of my own guys.
Cameron Banks is weak. He does not have what it takes to survive in this industry.
After the treatment of Bill Black, after treating him like he's a pit bull, I had enough. When it comes down to treating somebody as subhuman, just as a means for their own happiness or just because it's funny, I can't abide by that. Well, I hate Mark Shaw, and Mark Shaw, I'm sure, will attest to the fact that he doesn't like me very much.
Cameron Banks can play CEO all he wants, whatever. The fact is, I am the rightful owner of Fringe Pro Wrestling. I denounce the title of COO because I am the owner.
There was a heart and soul to this place before I came. I'll admit to that. And I made it stronger still. And you know what? For all the people that you've got on your side, I've got people who are hungrier and they want it more. And they're willing to defend what took us 2 years to build. You think you're going to tear it apart so easily? I don't think so, Mark. Bank on it.